Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka, and we're about to rock your world.
Welcome back, Dead Air Dudes Nation, to another exciting episode of the Dead Air Dudes podcast slash YouTube slash everything.
Everything under the sun and below it.
Today we have a duo episode or show. We are going to review the 2020 film Host, and we're going to get into a little bad juju on seances and the like. All right. Now, Host is directed by Rob Savage, and the writers were Gemma Hurley and Rob Savage. And it stars Haley Bishop, Gemma Moore, Emma Louise Webb, among others. Radina Drandova, Caroline Ward, Alan Emrys, and it seems, Salem Baxter, it seems that everyone in the movie used their real name.
So, in kind of like, they call it found footage. I'm not sure exactly if that is accurate. This is more of the new age, a different spin, actually a better spin on reality TV.
Right.
Because the setting is contemporary, present day, during the Rona virus, shut-in, shelter-in, quarantine time. So everybody's Zooming. Everybody's doing some kind of Google Meet or some kind of interaction via the laptop, phone, internet device. And so, as you mentioned, to the main character, Haley, is the web host of a group of friends, 6 exactly.
Yeah. For some reason, 6 friends, they want to spice things up. I guess they want to spice up their Zoom hangout. And Haley says, you know what? Let's do a seance via Zoom.
And again, it is perfect because if everybody out there has been put under the same auspices that we are, the same conditions of being shut in, you get bored. You're bored out of your mind. Now, granted, some of the characters, I believe Caroline and maybe Emma, were against it. And again, this is good writing in that they're not making everybody on board. They didn't say you have the Gemma, oddly enough, the one who co-wrote it, is the skeptic. She plays kind of the skeptic role. And of course, you have something to spice up life because it's so boring. And Haley's friend, Ceylon?
Yeah, Salem.
Ceylon, who is the medium, is the one who is going to lead. And I'm getting ahead of myself, but in our research for how to conduct a seance, there has to be a medium. And the medium has to be well versed in how to conduct this communication properly.
Right.
And if it's done improperly, yes. So I would have to say the script was written with not just, hey, let's just do this, guys. They did research into it that, yes, for all those out there that do conduct it and dabble in these ways, caveat. Do it properly, do it respectfully. And from all our research, the bottom line, underscore, highlight, big caps, respectfully. You don't respect the dead, whether they're positive or negative energies. You invite unwanted guests.
Exactly. And that is the whole point. I mean, everyone is fearful of spirits and the paranormal and ghosts and all the dark energies, whatever. It doesn't have to be all, spooky, demonic stuff. You can learn a lot about, and you can, speak to, to your loved ones and the like. But you need, like Raka said, to respect the process and also respect, the spirits and the energies around you. You can't be, pardon my language, fuck around and, expect. And this leads into what happens in the movie. Spoilers abound, ladies and gentlemen. So
Let me just first ask you this question. How do you feel about, say, the first 20 minutes?
I think they needed. I know you're gonna say it was little disjointed, little discombobulated, and kind of a little. It almost seems like
Slow to go.
it almost seems like to me that they actually let the actors ad lib that part. It almost seems because it's almost like slow moving, kind of. It takes like a little while for it to like get into kick into gear, and it seems like a little awkward. But then again, it kind of makes sense. It almost looks like there was something underlying behind, which I wish they would have delved deeper in. Something happened that kind of, like they don't go into it. Yeah, you have
Haley
a
did
character
allude to it.
who has,
Haley alluded to that,
and
where, and I know it's very, very shallow and very, very slight and subtle, where she said she had a few things happen in previous seances. So she's been a participant in
yeah,
many.
we
She's the
wonder
only one.
why is she all about, about the seances and all about this stuff, and but that's besides the point. It's all a tool to get everyone together and to do it, which is
Yeah, and I
oh,
get it. It's a quick movie, right? It's the
yeah,
length of a
it's
Zoom.
it's freak yeah, well, exactly. Well, supposedly it's the length of a Zoom. Yeah, the movie is actually 57 minutes,
Yes,
okay?
so very close to, if not a length of a real Zoom.
Which
Where
is
you
actually,
go,
and here the director and I guess the computer, the animators and the programmers or whatever, actually, without knowing the details behind the filming and anything, they made it look legitimate, like a real Zoom call, and everything looked pretty good. Obviously, we know since we're on Zoom right now, so. And yeah, it all looked legitimate. And the one issue I have with all these found footage movies or anything is the fact that we know that they're being filmed, and yet I get that we need to see what's going on, obviously. But it's almost like what's what I'm looking for? It's almost like, oh geez, it's so what a coincidence you have to walk around with a camera when you wouldn't walk around with a camera, with a laptop. You know what I mean? But I get what
especially,
you want to show us what's going on.
I get that, and I agree. That was my only big pet peeve is that um I can't put it any other way. When shit's going down, I'm ditching everything and I'm running out of the house.
Yeah.
And the only one thing is, one of the skeptics, or one of those that seemed like she was a um not a brave character, not somebody who would confront evil spirits or the unknown. I believe
Caroline?
it's Caroline or something. The one that goes to the attic.
Yeah, Caroline.
Yeah,
With the father and everything, yeah.
for her to go do that was off character a bit.
Yes. Because not only
That should have been, I think, with another character.
yeah, that should have been probably with Emma, who actually starts the whole, who's
Right.
actually, who
And
starts the
then
whole.
you have the Regina and her ex-boyfriend, and she has kind of a minor role. And I get it. You have six characters. You can't focus on six characters fully. And then Teddy, I believe, the guy who basically was there for 4 minutes in the beginning, and then 4 minutes for his death shot at the end. Um, but I do give him credit that the acting, the writing, the coordination is quite ingenious.
Yes.
Where they make these things, even the little pet peeves we have about your phone is everywhere, you're walking around with the laptop in the house, and horrific stuff is happening left and right. They play them all off as fluid. Probably the best thing I could say is that it seems as hectic and as divided, and as even a Zoom like this, it's just you and me. The end product looks very fluid.
Yeah. You know what? I stand corrected. It was actually filmed on Zoom, according to some
Oh,
notes I'm looking right now.
I'm sure they approach Zoom, and Zoom's like,
I mean, yeah, and the cast was allowed to improvise. When Haley sneezes, the cast reacts to it as it was
real.
planned.
Which again,
Had parts of the script, the cast
it's
is what was going
more of
on, so it was kind of reactionary, which is cool.
more of like I said, it's more of a what do you call it, reality TV,
Yeah.
even though the whole premise and everything is all contrived. Um, all in all, and again, I'm not going to really go into so much of the spoilers because the effect by and large of this movie is the jump scares. So to preserve that, I think we
Well,
can make
but we can say
a few things.
basically one of the characters disrespects the process
Yes.
and
Well,
lies.
then we can say. I think that one we can say
Which
exactly
in
what
turn,
happens because it ties into a séance.
one of the characters, when they're all supposed to hold hands. Obviously, they're not holding hands, but they have to imagine themselves in a circle, holding hands, and then think of a rope tied around your waist. So whenever you want to be brought back, you cut it with a knife or whatever, and you'll be brought back. Now, supposedly, within this, you have to think of a room and think of a circle and think of everybody and the whole thing, and then you're supposed to react. And somehow, if you're attuned, the spirits will come and talk to you. Each person had something from someone who had passed, and therefore that was something like a beacon for them to, as well as a candle, as a beacon for the spirit or the energy to be attracted to and come to. One of them messes up on purpose, lies, and cracks a joke, and that's how you get, shit gets sideways after that. Now we're not going to go into details of what happens to each character, whatever, or if anything does happen to characters, but that's basically what it was.
But yeah, it is worth watching to see exactly what happens to all of them.
Yes, it
I'm
done.
going to take a side step now to just interject with, I guess, what should we call it, seance etiquette. I guess this is now I'm going to just dive into a sidebar
So
of
let's
paranormal.
let's just give a quick rating, and then we could just move on.
Oh, okay. So, let's say in a scale of 5 scary white sheets. Oh, I give it a 5. For everything that I've said, if it sounded like I was a little sour on it, I don't mean to say it at all. I actually had low expectations because most found footage types, it's hard for me to get disbelief. And right, for a horror movie, you want suspension of disbelief so that you're completely into it and you're taken for a scary ride. I was scared. I was
Yes.
terrified. This movie did freak me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see the mask, Raka was shitting his pants at this moment. Okay, just remember that part.
More, there's a couple of after that I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is for everything that it was. I found it in its category very close to a masterpiece.
No,
I know it's a big deal to say.
yeah,
For what
I'm not
its
gonna go
category.
for. All right, you know what? I see what you're saying.
4. I
What
give
is
4 scary sheets, white sheets, because you know what? At the end of the day, you want to be scared.
no? Of course, it
It's a
achieved
horror
its
movie.
desired result. I mean, for all the knocks that we gave it, we gave a couple knocks here and there. It was well made, pretty well acted, and scary.
It achieved its goal.
4 white sheets for me, and yeah.
I mean, let me bring this into perspective. Izzy and I both saw the Blair Witch Project in theaters when it came out.
Yes.
I flinched maybe twice, and it wasn't a flinch like, "Oh my goodness, ooh." It was more of like, "Oh, she's crying. Oh, the guy is stuttering in the corner in the basement because the whole flashlight effect in the dark, which everybody does, of course. I mean, it's a good feature." This one had about half a dozen that I was like, "Oh, damn, that was good." Ooh. Mind you, I did watch it in the basement by myself at night, which was not the right thing to do. But I love horror movies, and for it to do what it did to me, I gave it 4 scary Casper sheets. Okay, easy.
Yeah, like I said, four for me as well. It was very well made, well acted. Hey, it achieved its desired result, like I said before. And yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. I cannot wait to see what this director has coming up next. And which I find funny, it has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't really mean much, but I mean, it's it's interesting that people
Anyone involved, anybody looking for a movie to terrify them because it is a horror movie, like you said, the desired result was achieved and achieved well. I still have certain scenes in my head. It still creeps me out. The jump scares were not just jump scares. It's still in your head a little bit about um, be wary of what you invite.
yeah, which leads us into it's not really going to be a seance 101 because
Right.
we're not experts, but
and,
we're going to give our 2 cents as as the Dead End Jews, 2 Dead End Jews nation. So
and if you joined us before, and a lot of you have it again, thank you for liking, subscribing, all of you fans out there, and keeping
smash that button.
Keeping us going and doing what we do. We did a previous interview with Kaylee Love, who has her show on YouTube, her channel, and she does paranormal investigation.
Check her out at Love to Investigate.
She had informed us on many aspects and nuances of contacting spirits. So a seance is basically a formal contact. You're inviting them actually, instead of you going to their physical location where they're harbored or they love to nest. So sage is, by all accounts, a universal herb. There's a few others, but by and large, sage to cleanse the area afterwards. Now, the preferred is the round table, only because now you can join hands. So you could join hands. And why do you join hands? Because you want to be a collective and draw all your energy together. Candles, Ouija boards, objects, these are all things that help in the connection process, but nothing really is the same. Nothing really compares to the energy that all members have joined together. And as we've mentioned before, the medium is somebody who should be well versed in doing what he or she's supposed to do, which is mediate and invite. Now, like in the movie, you do bring relics and possessions of your loved ones or those who you want to contact because you hope it's an attractive feature. A baby rattle, shoes, a wallet, a favorite watch, whatever. And again, all the folklore in seances say heat and cold, good indicators. The energy you're binding together and the candles is the heat.
Yeah, sometimes still seek warm and light. So yeah.
Spirits will gravitate to you when asked and invited. And because they would draw energy from the room, hence the cold spots. Right? Because even spirits, so far as we know, cannot change the physics laws. So sometimes they do. And they take energy from somewhere and suck it out from somewhere else. But cold spots are huge indicators that a spirit is there because it's so much energy that they're drawing to have their presence. Everything revolves around the respect factor. So you welcome the spirits, you invite them, and you ask them if they have something to say or to communicate to either whoever's in the room or just in general. You can ask many open-end questions like, are you here? What is your name? like they do in the movie, and you've heard in a million places, one knock, two knocks for no. Very simple communicative means so that you can acknowledge their presence, and then further on, establish a little rapport back and forth. What do you want to say? Are you bothered? Are you longing? Do you even know you're dead? And you can go from there. What, like mentioned in the movie, now in the movie, they make up a spirit and then opens a doorway to a demon. That's the movie. That can happen here, or you can invite a spirit who has a bone to pick with somebody in the audience, who has a bone to pick normally in general, who doesn't know they're dead, or they know they're dead and they're just mischievous. So the whole gamut you can run. From what our research has uncovered, even though you run into,
Well, that's what happened. Basically, that's basically what happened with Annabelle.
yeah,
They
and then
were
it
they were
has
tricked
assumed,
into thinking that it was a spirit. It was a spirit of a little girl when it was really a demonic entity.
right, and so you open that portal that should not be open, and now the spirit, a maleficent spirit, has a space to occupy in the physical world, this world. Should you make that mistake, and should you do that, or God, should you intend to do that, you need to also ask respectfully for that spirit to leave.
Yeah.
Or, thank you so much, we're leaving. Because they can attach themselves to you, they can attach themselves to being, they can attach themselves to physical things, they can attach themselves to the space. They're here. I don't know, and we'll have to investigate further with some experts if we have the power or there's a way to cast them back. You know, is it one-way door? Again, shall you not dabble in what you do not know? And again, that is the premise of the movie. That's
Do not dabble what you not know. Do not know.
you know. So the
You are
sage,
not wanted here, but we thank you for your presence.
you're
Now,
not
time for you
wanted.
to move on.
Yes, and move on. Correct.
Cordial and nice.
But there has been, I think, significant evidence that it can happen. You can make contact. So many movies come to mind right now. But respect, totally respectful. Otherwise, bad things happen.
Yeah, and then when you're done with the seance, you thank the spirits and the energies that and you tell spirits farewell, thanking them and asking them to move along. You may want to offer a small blessing or a prayer with any of the formal seance. But remember that some may stick around and do not want to leave.
Yeah.
So
Well, again,
it said that they might stick
as in the
around and may
movie,
visit you later on in a dream sequence, or they might, or maybe even though you've told them nicely to leave, maybe someone in your party, there's an attachment to them for whatever reason, and it's like
well,
So
I think,
basically, if you're going to do this, get ready for anything that can happen, and don't be surprised if it does happen.
well, this is why one of
We're
the
not
best
talking about
things.
horror movie type stuff here, but unwanted stuff and things that it, it's not a kid's toy. It's not it's not a kid's game.
Like in the movie, though, one of the biggest things you can do is vet all the people who is going to be participating. Okay,
100%.
you got to have a game plan, a pregame, and you go over everybody. Hey, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. You over there, don't joke around with this thing. Or you got issues, or you over there with the axe. Why you here? You know,
I mean, basically, you need to know why everyone actually. What's the purpose of actually doing a seance? you just want to F around and just, see what happens. Let's all move the Ouija board, or do you truly want to contact someone, or you just want to, you're interested in that whole little thing, and you really,
Because mind you, if the spirit's
curiosity, which is
around,
fine. We're all curious.
if the spirit's around and they make contact, some common sense here. That spirit has infinitely more power than you as a physical form. They've transcended the physical form. So stuff that they can do and how they can make shit happen to you is far more than anything you can bring up with a baseball bat, a gun, or a bunch of garlic and a crucifix. Just saying. Just saying. Well, anyway, at some point we might have a guest who can lead us in a seance, but we're gonna get to that
Are we
point.
gonna do the Zoom seance?
And we might have a few people who could do that. And it'd be interesting to see if we do also do a open Zoom or live for that, and maybe we're connected live with all the people out there, a la Pedro Pascal's character. Wonderful.
Let's not bring that up again.
All right, my bad. All right, as we wrap this up,
I think someone was possessed for making that piece of crap.
great movie. It's a definite Halloween must for the next Halloween coming up.
It's a definite must. Go watch it right now.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't wait till Halloween. Watch right now.
As soon as
Enjoy
this
yourself.
episode's over, you
Enjoy
smash the
yourself.
like button and subscribe, and after that, watch the watch the movie.
With that said, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and remember to save the whales. I'm Raka.
I'm Izzy. Everybody stay safe and do not dabble in what you not know. All right, take care, guys.